All right, guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for stopping by. Today we are doing how many shares on ticker USOI. This is a series I do where I calculate how many shares of a stock or an ETF or an ETN I would need to own to pay for my $500 a month car payment, which would actually equate to being $6,000 a year. So USOI is an ETN, which is a little bit risky, and their dividend yield is a little over 40%, which I want to say right now that is not sustainable. I do own a little bit of this stock, and it is just for fun because I think the dividend is going to drop pretty heavily. It's not sustainable for a company to pay out that high in dividends. So 2022 was a really good year for the dividend shareholders of USOI. It paid out a little over 40%, but the price has gone down from the 120s down to about $83. Not a terrible drop. I think it's down almost 28%, 29%. To its current price. So it is definitely a riskier fund. I'm not advising anyone to do anything. It's not financial advice. It's just me talking about something that I think is really cool and can show people how important dividend investing actually is. So let's go ahead and jump into the calculation and the big reveal of how much money it would cost me to make $500 a month in dividends is about $14,000. So this is a very, very small number when you're looking at a lot of my other videos on how many shares. I mean, Jeppy was about 55,000, which was still not very much to make $500 a month, but $14,000. So I have it calculated all out where I'm not putting anything in monthly. It's a lump sum that you invest at the beginning of the year, and at the end of the year, you calculate how much you can pull out or how much you would have pulled out every time it pays out each month. Annual dividend is about 43.5%, which is insane. Like I said, it's not sustainable. I'm interested in seeing what they do the next couple of years, but I don't think they're going to be increasing. That is for sure. I put in a 0% dividend growth rate because we're not sure what's happening. And over the span of the year, I just wanted the average. Didn't calculate it in share price because it doesn't really matter for what I'm doing with this exercise 1 year and then the max dividend yield. So we can see that starting with $14,000, it would end up paying me about $6,087 a year. So that is the yearly payment. When you break it down, it ends up being around $500 per month, which is exactly what I'm looking for. My car payment, I think, is about $490. So this is a very small amount of money that I would need to afford my car. And so what's awesome about this is, say you actually do this, you put some money into some different stocks that end up paying you $500 a month. Once your car is paid off, that income can be moved to something else like a mortgage or towards anything, towards a hobby. You can put it back into the market and start reinvesting. This is without drip, of course, because the money is being pulled out every month to pay for the car, or so to speak. So it is a really interesting idea. I think it would be really cool to save up this point in just one dividend paying stock. Now, I would do a much safer dividend paying stock, but what's crazy about these high of yields, and I typically go to the more covered call ETFs. I have a video on Jeppy. I'll put one out on RYLD, XYLD, because they're a little bit safer. They're definitely safer than USOI in my opinion, but they're a little bit safer, but they do still yield a nice 10%. So if you were able to actually save up, let's say $55,000, put it into Jeppy and make $500 a month, that would just be so cool. And imagine having your lifestyle paid for just by the dividends that you are getting each month. If you had enough, you would typically need, when you're looking at like the S&P 500 and the dividend payers in that index, it ends up being like, I think they average like 1%, maybe not even 1%, maybe a little over. I can't remember exactly. But some of the stocks in there, Johnson & Johnson pays less than a 2% dividend last time I checked. So that would cost you millions to get $500 a month. Whereas these higher yielding, more aggressive, and with that higher risk, you need to note that it is higher risk. They can end up actually making you more money faster if you're willing to take on that risk and the potential of losing money in share price, in dividend cuts, in market drops, in all of that. So this is just going to be a quick little video. I'll try and keep it like under 5 minutes, but that's it. With a 43.5% yield, you would need $14,000 starting to pay for the entire year. You would get $500 every month, totaling $6,000 paying for my $500 car payment. So, and that again is just for 2022 based on TipRank's data. It is really cool doing this. Let me know what stocks you guys think I should do next. I've already done Jeppy and I did Zim, and Zim was an insane video. Go check that one out if you guys have heard about that stock, because it pays an insane dividend, and I was shocked to find out how much money it would actually take. Another risky one, take note of that. But hope you guys like this video. It always does me a huge amount of help if you guys can like the video. And if you're interested in this kind of content, this is typically what I do. I do 5-minute DD videos, I do dividend calculator videos, and I do some stuff on financial coaching. So if you guys would be interested in subscribing, I post a couple times a week, and I usually keep them to really short, under 10 minutes. So that always helps me out. And drop a comment the next stock you think I should do for this series. I hope you guys had a good day in the market today, and just have a good weekend.